Data is the DNA of any business. At National List Services, we focus on one ideal. We offer marketing solutions that fit. We're not interested in selling you data. We're interested in selling you the primary solution to the problem you have today. As a data broker and aggregator, we have access to the top data sets and know where everyone is getting their data from. We identify your demand, the needs of what your customers are, where people are in life, what stages they find themselves in, and their backgrounds that most fit your necessity level. National List Services looks for a long-term solution to what your data needs are, and more importantly, we will educate you on the industry, what to ask other data sources, what to look for, and what to say. Our job is ethics-oriented and getting you what you need right now when it comes to data. Book a call with us today at nationallistservices.com.
Hello there, Audrey here with National List Services. Glad to see you today. Wanted to share some very specific information about consumer lists and how to get phones on them, which sounds simple, but there are requirements. So it is my due diligence to share that with you today, and I am creating this as a template to be able to send out to other people in the future so that I can help them make sure they're getting everything just right when it comes to getting their consumer list with phones. We're going to cover consumers this week and next, and then business files in the future as well. How to get emails, how to get phones, what's required, what's allowed. So to get started, I'm going to share nationallistcounts.com with you. That's what we do every week on Data Don't Lie. We start with the data. So let me share my screen real quick. I was in the middle of building this list so that we can take a look at it. So the scenario I want to play out today in sharing this information is, what if you're getting a list, you're going to do a print and mail with it, and then getting phones to follow up on those mail pieces where it's available. It is not 100%, I hate to tell you. On National List Counts, the phone select is a landline. And I know I still have a landline. I'm not sure how many out there viewing today have landlines or how many use that. We always have one for safety reasons, and you have kids, you have a landline. So I am building a list right now. I'm going to target homeowners with my mail piece. Hypothetically, it's totally hypothetical in this county. And I am picking age, income, and I am also picking home market value. Let's presume that I am a realtor and I'm looking for people who want to sell their house. For a print and mail, quick tip, a little trick here. Always do one per address, one per household or surname. Will mail to every adult with a different last name under the roof. So what if people are cohabiting and own a home together but have different last names? Or maybe I got married and haven't legally changed my last name, so I still have a different last name. You do not want to mail 2 postcards to the same address. So any print and mail, our standard default is one per address. Quick tip there. And then let me pick home market value. That's what I really wanted here. And in our area, that's about right. Oh, I need to click enable range. Here, wait. Enable range selection. Nope, let me uncheck it and uncheck these. So what's convenient is if you had just a few you want to check mark, or you want to check mark half of them, you can click enable range selection, click your first range, and then your last one, and it marks everything in between. Very convenient. That was a new feature that was added this year in 2021. So I like that when I'm building a list. I used it on age as well. I'm going to click continue and recalculate. That's going to lock in my selections. My selections didn't lock in. You got to click save. I clicked continue. Let me see. Let's go back to all selections. Then I can really show you how to use National List Counts today. So I have age 2 year. I had home market value and income. All right, let's continue. I need to pick this. We'll select that. That's what it was. It was telling me I hadn't selected everything. So now let's continue. And they'll show up on this sidebar on the left. There we go. Everything just popped in there and populated. That's when you know your selections have been saved and you can use them. So let's go to our telephones. So we picked our people. Actually, I believe it's here, all selections. Let's go down to T for telephone. There we go, telephone number. Let's click this. And we're going to pick phone as present. So actually, let's recalculate. Let's see how many have no phone present. I always love this recalculate button. It's going to be a lot. 7 have no phone present. That's very interesting. Let's recalculate and see how many have a phone present. I surprise myself sometimes. 0 with those selections in this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to X off my age. I'm limiting my totals by selecting a plethora of selections. So I'm not saying we can't get you the right list, but for example's sake today, I'm going to go with just the county. Let me take off telephone too. I want to see an accurate count of my 3 counties. So name and address match. This is not every address. This is where a name behind the door is able to be found. So I have 272,039. Okay, so that's how many people I have. Let's do some real math and see how many have a phone present and recalculate. 7,000 people out of 272,000 have a landline in my area. So this would be my calling list. Perfect. So moving forward, these phones are scrubbed phones. They're not people who are on the do not call list. There is a national do not call list. You can register your phone number if you don't want to be called by telemarketers. And for the most part, it works. We all know we still get random calls, and that's when you threaten to sue them because they have violated the do not call. So what I want to share with you are 2 waivers we require for anyone purchasing phones. So if a list like this, let me stop sharing this screen and let me share the next screen. We help you along the way to make sure you can get exactly what you need. So I'm going to share, don't laugh, I have my Adobe PDF screen pulled up and I have a few on here. So ignore the sidebar. Yes, I know. I could have done this better. Here we go. So if you would like to get phones that are already scrubbed, they are not on the national do not call list, you would need what's called a SANS number. And this, any company can get this. It is free for up to 5 area codes you want to call in. Most businesses are only calling 2 at the most, honestly. So this is reasonable. If you want to get a list and prospect and call, follow up on that print and mail, you can get their phone numbers. But we would send this to you. We would send you 2 items. We would send you the actual form where you would fill out your company information, including your SANS number right here. And we would sign and date that, I believe, every 2 years. It's every 1 or 2 years we would need this updated. And you keep your same SANS number. You just check back in with the government and say, here, I just need to re-register and get this all up to date. This is the authorization. But in the meantime, you're probably thinking, how do I get a SANS number? Don't worry, we help you. This is what we send. If you need help, we would send you this in an email, the blank waiver and the form. And what it helps you do, and we cannot do this for customers, but we give you the steps to follow. You would click here on this website. You'd follow the steps we have outlined here, and you would register. Now, the good news is you can get a SANS number in about 24 to 48 hours. It's a pretty quick turnaround. So if you're looking to do some prospecting, you want to get this list, you're eager to get it, not a problem. We email this to you. As long as you do your part and go online and take care of this, you're going to get that SANS number pretty quick. Then you fill out this form with the SANS number, like I showed earlier, right here. You email this back to us, and we keep this on file for you. So in the future, if you want to get more phone numbers, it's available. If it has expired, we'll let you know, and then we'll help you go through that process again, just to go click online, and you would just kind of update and refresh. So that's how you would get people who you are legally allowed to call, and maybe they don't like you calling, but you can call them. We help you along the way to get those permissions. Also of note, we have a video learning center. I'm going to put the link in here like I do every single week so I can share this with you. You can go ahead and get started for free. You can register for a count login at National List Counts for free, no cost. So what you can do is also go to our learning center and register there for the videos. You have to watch a few introductory videos, but In the consumer files, in the videos for the consumer files, there are attached PDFs that you can access that are exactly what I'm showing you here. We have posted them in our learning center so you can download those PDFs and get quick access. Otherwise, we can email that to you when we're aware you need it. And when you are getting your count request or your list, you'd be contacting either me or our support team. So I'm going to put those emails in here right now. Now, there are some other options. So we do have phone numbers that are unscrubbed. You can also get wireless. That is up to you and your discretion. I have customers who have CRMs that scrub the list for them. So instead of me charging, they can get a list straight up with people, a whole list of phone numbers. And it's like, I don't want to say raw data. It's a list that's not scrubbed. It has both mixed in there. And they can upload that, and their CRM will tell them, are they a current customer and are they on the do not call list? So in that case, when a customer gets that, what I send to them is a telephone suppression waiver, meaning they sign it and they take full responsibility of knowing they have people on this list who are on the National Do Not Call Registry. Should that slip through their system, or if they choose to not scrub their list and just take their chances and call it, which I do not ever recommend, and I don't want to know if you're going to do that, I will not sell to you. Note to the wise. They can sign this waiver to make sure they are covered and that they know and we know this is what list you got. You need to scrub it. Now, if it needs scrubbed, we can do that. We have pricing for this. We have services for this. Reach out and let me know. There's only certain scenarios in which a list that is not scrubbed would be provided. The other thing that's awesome is if you have a compiled list, if you have your own CRM or Excel sheet of data that you've been collecting on your customers, and you want to make sure if they're not opted in that you can reach out to them. Let me stop sharing this screen real quick. We can do what's called a data append. We can, or a scrub. We can do a DNC scrub and flag which people you should not be calling if you have this compiled list. We also can do a data append. Maybe you have a list and you want to add phone numbers. We can do that. And while adding it, make sure we're not adding anybody on the do not call list. So there's lots of options here. If at first you think this list does not exist or you cannot get your phones, ask, email, ask. I put my email in here. Let me put in supports. Let us know. We can help you. We have a lot of options. So we have what's called data hygiene. We have appends, which is adding, and we have scrubbing. So no matter what kind of list you have or need, we can help you out. I just want to make sure a big part of taking back your marketing and getting a list. Sorry, I'm over here working and talking. A big part of this is education, sharing these points with you so you know what you can and cannot do, and then how to proceed. So I want to make sure we are sharing as much as we can without overwhelming and still educating, and make sure we help you, because in the ecosystem right now, in the environment of advertising, a lot of people are using different means, and we want to make sure you know what you can do. You can go and do a print and mail. We can help you with that. You can do a phone list and start hitting the list and making those calls to get yourself more business. You can reach out. Some people are going door to door. That's up to them. Digital ads, so many options, social posting and advertising. We can help execute some of these if you need help, or at least get you started on taking back your marketing and doing some sort of advertising and outreach, even on your own. It starts with the data. So we want to make sure you know what you can do, and we will give you those tools and the know-how to go out there and do it confidently and successfully. So I hope this finds you well. I hope it's been educational. And if you have any questions, again, in the chat, hopefully this chat shows up in the future. If not, I'll put this in the comments so you can see our support email, my email, and the references you need to take back your marketing, get the right list, because the data don't lie. Have a great one, everybody.